Okay, so right now, there's only a 1 in 6 chance that we're going to be playing Avatar Legends this session.
We'll see.
Can we take bets real quick?
Sure.
I bet we're going to play Avatar Legends.
Oh, man. If I roll a 6, we're playing Avatar Legends. If I roll literally anything else, we're back to Blades in the Dark. Here we go. Do. That's a 4.
There we go.
The blades are dark.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, first we gotta do a little recap. Previously on ImpTab Avatar, Blades in the Daofei.
Oh no.
We were back in the spirit world with all of our lovely new friends trying to get up Hyrule Peak after fighting some anteater hounds. And man, stuff got weird. The mountain was upset. And the wind started asking people questions, like trying to dig into their souls and whatnot, and ended up with the forest trying to restrain Kenai and Kichi and forcing Wei Young's hand to try and save them. And man, it was kind of just a bad situation overall. Some bad rolls, people being out of sorts and whatnot. But with a surprisingly powerful application of a Spirit Bane charm, Wei Young managed to get the spirits of the forest to leave them alone, but kind of damaging Kenai in the process. But after having a little bit of a heart-to-heart and continuing on their way up the mountain, the storm, which had expanded significantly due to the kind of negative emotions that were being displayed, had contracted back to just above the peak of the mountain there. But we need to recap just real quick as well what's going on in Ba Sing Se, because, man, Wei Young got taken to the spirit world, Kichi got taken to the spirit world, and now Ciwei is face-to-face with Brother Hotaru. Tonan is just kind of watching on in horror. What's going to happen? Let's find out here in the world of Blades in the Daofei.
This is so bad.
Oh dear.
This is not good.
Oh dear.
What's shaking, everybody? You're listening to ImpTab Avatar, Blades in the Daofei, the Blades in the Dark actual play that's actually Blades in the Dark, where we make up almost everything on the spot. I'm Ned Wilcock, your host and GM, and today I'm joined by...
Thomas Ryan as Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Yes!
Christian Randall as Tonan Yoru.
And Evan Peterson as Ciwei Leng.
Yeah, so I figured that Day is such a good butler that even if Wei Young said, don't follow me, he was probably going to be like, I'm going to follow anyway, because this seems a little sketchy like.
Well, actually, I had an idea about that. So it's established that Day is really good at earthbending and subsequently tremor sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would he have felt that Wei Young was there and then he was just gone?
Yeah, I could say that we could have him be like, he was waiting outside, just kind of be like, oh yeah, if anything, maybe it's not going to go wrong. They're just talking to a guy, right? But he was just kind of like, just in case, with his spiritual attunement and with his tremor sense, I think it's reasonable to say that he could feel that something weird was going on.
It's, to continue the Batman references, in The Dark Knight, they have that surveillance system of the whole town. That's how Day's tremor sense works. He just has he knows all of Ba Sing Se, and he saw it just disappear.
Feel every footstep in this town. That's like Daredevil stuff. Anyway, I have something called a ghost key. What does that do?
Ghost key. Let's take a gander at the book.
Like, it's one of those things that the Whisper always has. So I'm hoping it's like a skeleton key and it can open any door.
Or it just opens the spirit world.
Yeah, just, why are you guys freaking out? I can go in too.
It opens the ghosts.
Opens the ghosts? I don't like that.
Ghost key, an arcane device that can open ghost doors. Okay, and so here's like the flavor text for Duskfall. There's an echo of the entire city across the ages trapped in the ghost field. Sometimes a door to that place can be found.
Ooh.
Oh, shoot. So I could straight up find a way, maybe?
Maybe.
We should have played Blaze in the Dark, right after. We could have just sorted this out immediately.
Yeah, well, if such a door to such a place can be found, that's something that we'll have to kind of feel out as we go along, but it's good to know that you have that.
Yeah.
Just always on you.
Also, I've seen enough television to know Day's going to jump into the spirit world to save his friend, and then who's going to come back and be like, where's Day? And everyone's going to be like, he just went in to save you. And then there's going to be an arc of Day in the spirit world.
I mean, Day's name is literally Deus Ex Machina. He's going to come in at the last second.
And save the day.
Yeah, so the exact moment of tension that we left off on was Brother Hotaru had placed his hand on Ciwei's shoulder and was like, "Don't worry, she is where she wants to be." And you could feel the coldness spreading over your body. So yeah, Ciwei. What you want to do?
I was gonna do something rash, and you gave me over a month to think about it. And I've decided I want to do the exact same thing I said I was gonna do, and I'm going to drink a bottle of Rage Essence.
Oh no.
Okay.
Young Master Lang, what do you think you're doing?
So it's already a bit of a hubbub in here. Like, as much as there are people who are like pretty blindly loyal and devoted to Brother Hotaru, there are also a lot of people who are here right now who are just kind of like, oh yeah, let's see what's going on. And they're like, oh wow, he really can speak to spirits. And now they're like, oh, wait a second. But oh wait, maybe he doesn't have as much control over as we thought we did. So there's already a bit of a hubbub, a bit of, not a riot necessarily starting, but Ciwei, you can certainly start a riot at this moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at him, and knowing that the Rage Essence makes me not be able to tell friend or foe, I'm going to make sure that I am locked eyes with him as I take the vial and tilt it back so that the first thing I see is him when the Rage Essence kicks in.
All right.
And just for flavor, can I say that as I see him doing this, I reach into my bag and I pull out his wolf mask and I just slide it over his face for him.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we don't want people to know who he is.
Well, he is disguised right now as a nobleman.
Oh yeah,
that's
that's true. I thought it was just Ciwei doing his thing.
No, because the Glovatar knows that it's him.
Yeah.
Because of his failure, but
Everyone will just think there's a nobleman that's part of the masked spirits.
yeah.
Surprise, surprise. Okay, so actually, I'm going to pull up our progress clocks here real quick.
That seems relevant, unfortunately.
Got to mark part of my dependency.
Can we start a progress clock for day called Find a Ghost Door?
We'll get to that
Okay.
in a moment.
All right, that's fine.
But, so yeah, first things first, gonna tick another segment on Rage Essence dependency. You're currently at 3 out of 6.
Excellent.
And Brother Hotaru sees you down that Rage Essence, and his smile falters a little bit, and he just kind of shakes his head and says, "Ah, my brother, it's a pity things have to go this way, isn't it?" All right, now stuff is starting to go crazy. People are seeing Ciwei starting to kind of like convulse. There are people who recognize what it looks like when somebody's on Rage Essence. So there's some people like, oh, gonna get to the door right now.
Time to go!
Yeah. And so, like, Day, as you're sprinting in, you see, like, a crowd of people pushing back against you, trying to get out as you're trying to get in. So, yeah, stuff is getting crazy. What are our goals here for each of us as individuals?
Don't let Ciwei kill people?
My goal is to beat the tar out of Brother Hotaru.
All right.
I would like to change my goal to figure out where Wei Young went.
That's more my concern right now too. Let's let the big wolf boy do what the big wolf boy is good at.
Okay.
I'm going to slip into the crowd, disguise myself as one of the acolytes, and try and get back there.
Okay. So, since we've got kind of two different goals here, Ciwei is essentially causing a very, very big distraction at the moment. So that's going to kind of enable the other two of you to go on your more clandestine heisty. Look at that, doing a heist in Blades in the Dark.
Immediately.
Well, technically, we were in a heist.
We were just trying to talk to a guy.
Yeah, and I think with Ciwei giving you this really big distraction, we're going to give you guys a 4 clock for your success, and we're going to make that be racing against a 6 clock, which is you guys getting busted. And Brother Hotaru, man, how to stat up the Glovatar.
He's gonna kill us all.
Is his just a 1 clock?
We're going to do a pair of linked 12 clocks.
Ooh.
What are the clocks?
Yeah, so now we're going to go through and we're going to name these clocks. We're going to name the 4 clock Discovery. We're going to name the 6 clock Busted. We're going to name the first 12 clock for Brother Hotaru The Mask. And we're going to name the second 12 clock for Brother Hotaru The Eye.
I don't like it.
Those are terrible. This is not good.
So, we've got our clocks all set up. Who would like to go first?
Me.
Go for it.
I want to go first.
All right.
So we're fighting the crowd to try and get to the office door, or was I already standing by the office door?
You are at this point, like, you're close enough that it's not going to be too hard to sneak your way past the final couple people to actually get, like, into the chapel itself. And then the office door is just a little bit further off. And so you can definitely see Ciwei, you can definitely see Tonan, you can see, you know what's going on with Ciwei right now, and you definitely see Tonan kind of eyeing that office door as if that's kind of where he's trying to get.
Okay, I'll go over to the office door. It worked once. Is it unlocked?
It is, in fact, unlocked.
Great. Wait, tremor sense. I want to see if there's anyone over there right now, like on the other side of the door.
All right, what would you like to roll to kind of get a glimpse on the situation here?
Is there a way I can convince you to go with hunt?
Yeah, I think that could work.
Okay, because I'm more avoiding, but still. I've got 3 in hunt. That's why I want hunt.
Nice. Yeah, I think we're going to make this risky standard, because obviously you don't want, like, Brother Hotaru to see you going in there, but it's not like... He's pretty distracted by Ciwei at the moment, so it's not desperate or anything.
Okay. Triple dice. Here we go. Don't suck. 4.
That is still a partial success, at least.
I'll take it.
Yeah, so you get up and you realize that the door is in fact unlocked, so we're going to mark 1 tick on that 4 clock, but you do, with your tremor sense, detect somebody on the other side.
Do they seem big and scary, or do they seem small and I could take them?
They seem relatively small, and as you kind of like try and hone and figure out what's going on, you detect a jingling of metal.
He's got a prisoner back there. I'm going in.
All right. You pop open the door, and you come face to face with a very shocked individual who is sitting there just like counting gold coins out of a bag. It's Riven the Chemist.
Riven the Chemist.
I'm going to sink that dude to his neck right out the gate.
All right.
I want just his eyes and his nose out of the ground, okay? What do I roll?
Wait, what do I roll? Why does Day hate Riven?
Well, Day is in here counting money, and Wei Young has vanished. You don't have to be a genius to figure that one out.
And I mean, you know that Wei Young and Riven don't have the best history together.
I would like to sync him up to, well, apparently his mouth. I want his mouth covered, but his nose and eyes and his ears out of the ground.
All right, what would you like to roll for that?
That's definitely skirmish.
Okay, yeah, we'll make that just risky standard.
Kind of devil's bargain.
Oh my gosh, we're back to this already.
My dice rolls have not been working for me, so...
Here, I will say this. Riven, while he is kind of a mastermindy, pulling the strings kind of guy, he's not necessarily the best skirmisher. He is not a bender. He's just a chemist. You probably could take him relatively easily. The devil's bargain is you would make it known that you are here in the office.
I'm not gonna bargain. I want to, but I won't. Can I bargain after the fact?
You can bargain. You can also push yourself. That's always an option.
Let's push myself. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
What a change of pace.
That was worse. I got 3.
3 is a full failure.
Yep. I rolled 2 3s, and then on my push myself, I got 1.
Yeah. So Riven looks up, he sees you, and he's like, frick, gosh, dang it. And he reaches into his bag, and he pulls out a smoke bomb, tosses it on the ground, and even though you've got your tremor sense, you feel him just kind of like disappear from your senses.
Does he know magic?
Surprise, Riven is a chemist. And so, like, as you're trying to reach out, you're, like, inhaling this smoke, and you're like, okay, I've dealt with smoke bombs before. That's why I learned how to do tremor sense, so I can detect my prey. But as you're breathing in the smoke, it's doing, like, wacky stuff to your senses. And you're, like, reaching out, trying to see, but you're starting to feel a little bit dizzy. You can't quite pinpoint where he is.
I know where he lives, though. I don't think there's anything else I can do right now. I was going to do other stuff to try and figure out where Wei Young went, but that might have to wait until I'm not so dizzy.
Yeah, let's pop over to our other 2 friends, Tonan and Ciwei. You guys have anything you'd like to do?
I'd like to smack Brother Hotaru in the nose with a club.
All right.
My guy. That's what I like.
Keep things simple.
Yeah, so the first thing that we're going to need from you is certainly some resistance rolls just to kind of like force yourself to act against this terrible apparition before you. I think we'll probably take since you're fighting against such a powerful foe, go with sort of a indulging your vice situation of Similarly, so I don't think we've actually said this specifically on the podcast, but I love the way that John Harper says it is your worst qualities that are most enthralled to your vice. That's why you roll with your lowest attribute. I think in this instance, it's going to be the part of you that you have least built up as a resistance is going to be the part of you that is most susceptible to the Glovatar's influence. So let's have you make an insight resistance roll.
That was a 3.
All right, so you're going to take 3 stress. Now you can go ahead and I'm assuming you're going to want to skirmish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to make that desperate limited effect. But since you do have, I'm trying to remember, you've got your, yeah, that's right. Because of your ghost fighter, you've got potency. Mm-hmm. So that is going to change it from limited effect to standard effect.
Oh yeah, magic knuckles, here they come.
Magic club.
Magic club, that's what I meant to say.
4, 5, and 6.
Dang.
Ooh, there we go. So yeah, you do it. That is a full success. What does it look like as you lash out at Brother Hotaru with your club?
So yeah, he reaches out, spiritually, and he can feel like he's effective at, targeting my insight weakness. And so at first he's like, this should be simple enough. And then a club knocks him kind of upside the head. Surprise, it's a spirit club that is specially built to hurt spirits. Mm-hmm. And he's like, wait a minute, if someone were to hit me with a club, I would normally not really feel it, but that actually kind of hurt a little bit. And so he's kind of like, something weird's going on here.
Yeah, so we're going to mark 2 ticks on the mask, so we're at 2 out of 12 ticked. And you do see, similar like Tonan, when you were like, does my mask slip a little bit? You start to see a little bit of his mask slipping where he's not just like totally and completely unflappable in this moment. You see a little bit of rage bubble up in his eyes before he kind of recomposes himself and says, it's terribly unfortunate that you are so full of this much emotion, but do not worry, my friends, that happens sometimes. He will be all right in time.
He says to the room of rioting people.
He does, yes. Now, there's going to be a response from these people reacting to what you have done. You just clubbed a guy who is either a true prophet or a false prophet, depending on how people feel about Brother Hotaru. So we're definitely going to have some people who are going to try and restrain you from doing this, and some other people who are just going to kind of be like, oh, sick, man. They're not necessarily going to try and help you in this situation because they don't want to get indicted in what has obviously become like a Daofei gang conflict here. But yeah, there's some people who are going to try and come up and try and pull you off of Brother Hotaru. Tonan, what would you like to do?
I have an ability I don't think I've ever actually successfully used called Cloak and Dagger. When you use a disguise or other form of covert misdirection, you get +1 die to rolls to confuse or deflect suspicion. When you throw off your disguise, the resulting surprise gives you the initiative in the situation. Mm-hmm. I would like to throw off my cabbage farmer disguise for an acolyte disguise. And I am going to try and run around the back of the building to cut off anyone who might be running away, because I saw Day go in that door, so I'm like, okay, if he's going that way, I'll come the other way, we'll pincer him off.
All right, so I think what we're going to want in this situation is to just try and make sure that first, nobody sees you changing your face, but second, nobody sees you trying to put yourself into this advantageous position.
Yes.
So what would you like to roll for that?
I am going to throw my arms about wildly and elbow people in the face to distract them while I'm doing this. So I'm going to do skirmish.
Oh boy. Don't look at my face, look at my elbows.
Basically, in the hubbub, I'm going to try and like mosh pit style, just like get people, and they may first see a cabbage man flailing, then they'll see an acolyte flailing, but then the acolyte will run away.
Okay, so trying to deflect suspicion by just creating chaos.
Yep.
Go ahead then and roll with skirmish. I think because Ciwei is definitely the bigger distraction in this moment, we'll make that, risky but with great effect.
Gotcha. And I get the +1 die for my cloak and dagger?
You do.
Sweet. So that's 3 dice. 2 6s and a 2.
Whoa! Oh, wow.
Do the 2 6s count as a critical?
Yep, that is extreme effect.
Hot dog, man.
Yeah, so you have sufficiently, you've got chaos going on with Ciwei's distraction, with you throwing elbows, you have changed your face to look like an acolyte. I'll say that you can basically move unseen for pretty much the remainder of this encounter.
Amazing.
Dang.
So yeah, I'm going to slip out I guess there's the door to his office that Day went through, and I'm assuming Wei Young also went through there initially. Mm-hmm. The only other door would be the main entrance?
Yeah.
I'm going to slip at the main entrance and try and go around to see if there's a back door somewhere.
Okay, yeah. So in Lun Kao, it's a pretty poorly thought out construction of it's just like, hey, we've got a bunch of poor earthbenders who can't afford to live anywhere, so we're just digging down into the earth, shoring up tunnels as needed to make sure it doesn't completely collapse on top of us. So it's a bit of a labyrinth of just hastily and shoddily constructed tunnels and rooms here. But you can leave out kind of the front, and there's plenty of opportunities for you to kind of sneak around the back area.
Perfect.
Try and find something interesting. Let's have you roll to gather information in this moment. What do you think you would roll to try and find that back entrance?
What I want to do because of my skills is I want to find someone local and just be like, there's a horrible happening in Brother Hotaru's gathering. Where's the back door? But I look like one of the acolytes, so I should know that.
Okay, so you're trying to consort or sway, it sounds like?
That's what I'd like to do, but I don't think, since I'm disguised as an acolyte, that would work very well. So if I did survey, would that be better?
Survey would allow you to just kind of spot stuff with your own senses.
So I guess if I do survey, is that going to be great effect? Or if I do sway, will that be low effect?
So since we're just essentially gathering information at this point, it's basically a matter of how good is the information that you're going to get.
Okay, then I'll just sway. I'll just find a local who seems to be noticing the distraction and try and get what they know of the building.
All right, roll to sway then.
All right, we're just trying to get Brother Hotaru out the back. If you like him. If you don't, then we're trying to lock him in there. Oh, man. A 6 and a 5. Guys.
Ooh.
Hey, Thomas, you want some of this?
Yes!
You want some of this?
I explicitly want some of that.
All right. And he goes, oh, goodness, yes, we need to get Brother Hotaru out through his secret back entrance into his office. And he kind of brings you around to the side. And you can tell with your knowledge as an earthbender, you can kind of detect previous earthbending. You can see that there is a particular rectangle on the wall here that has been earthbent in the past. And this other guy who is, an actual acolyte of Brother Hotaru, he does some earthbending, and you see he opens up this passage. And as he does, this weird smoke starts to billow out. And immediately a figure bumbles out through the smoke and runs into you guys. And you can hear the clinking of coins as he hits you.
Kill him.
Do I recognize him, or is he just some guy?
He looks up at you in shock, and you recognize this guy.
Oh, was he that jerk who we worked with in the caves job?
Exactly. The guy who you got the extra coin from. You completely screwed over Wei Young to get some extra coin.
Perfect. I turn to the other acolyte and I say, he's robbing Brother Hotaru.
Oh.
And I just go after him and try to take the money back.
I could kiss you right now.
All right. What would you like to roll for that?
Skirmish.
Okay, go for it. This is going to be, he's not expecting to see you guys out here, so that's going to be controlled. And he's not necessarily a fighter. He's not an earthbender, so we'll make that great effect.
Let's hope my luck holds up. I'm going to push myself.
All right.
2 stress. And that's just 1 more die, right?
Yep.
Oh, man. I got a 4, a 4, and a 4.
Wow.
Dang.
Okay, so that is partial success.
Critical mundanity.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Extremely normal.
So on a partial success on a controlled roll, you hesitate, withdraw, and try a different approach, or else do it with a minor consequence. A minor complication occurs, you have reduced effect, you suffer lesser harm, you end up in a risky position.
I would like to do it again. Your, I guess, dealer's choice as to what I have to do, right? I don't get to choose that?
Yeah, so now we're going to do it at risky, and we're going to reduce it also from great effect, because now that you don't have the drop on him anymore, it's just going to be a risky standard. He sees you and he's like, oh, wait, no, frick, I'm not robbing him. Gosh, just let me get out of here.
All right, I'll try it again. We can't let this guy get away. A 5 and a 6.
There we go.
That's my guy.
Those are the dice I have to use. I used the other dice with the 4. That was a bad idea.
All right, so yeah, you reach out and you just like grab him by the arm, and this other acolyte who is an earthbender, he starts like making little cyclones in the earth underneath his legs and sucks him down to his knees, so he's stuck in the earth.
I'll grab the money and I'll stash it in my jacket and say, get him locked up. I'm going to go check out what this smoke's all about, and I'm going to run in there.
And as you're rushing into the room, Riven's like, wait, gosh, frick, no, I'm working for Brother Hotaru. I just gave him like the greatest gift. He told me it was like a great contribution to the cult's cause. I'm being such a good acolyte. And he's just freaking out. As you rush into the smoke, you also are washed over by this sense of like, it's almost like as soon as you step in there, it feels like gravity is behind you instead of beneath you, this intense vertigo-like sensation. But you can hear somebody else in here coughing, and Day, you can see a light that has been created on the other side of the room from where you are in this cloudy, foggy office.
I go to the light.
Yeah, you two start stumbling around in the fog, and you just like bump right into each other in the middle.
Who are you?
Oh,
Wei Young?
hello, it's me, Young. It's me, your butler, Day.
No,
this?
It's Tonan. Here, I'm gonna get you out of here. And I grab his hands in like a hold, like I've captured him, and I start walking him out. It's me. Go with it.
Yes, of course, young Master Yoru.
No, be quiet.
All right, are you going back into the chapel or back out into the hallway?
I'm going out the door I just came in.
Okay, so back out into the hallway through the secret door. But real quick, speaking of the chapel, Ciwei.
Oh no.
How you doing? What you got going on?
Well, I can't really leave because I drank Rage Essence, so I think I'm about to take some trauma, guys, because I'm real full of stress right now, and you two are not close to me, so bit of a bummer there, but I sort of figured that might happen when I drank the Rage Essence.
You can do this. Rage Essence allows you to take on a whole group of people as if you were your own crew.
Yeah, but if he does even 2 stress, I take trauma and I'm out.
Oh wow, you're
You're that
stressed.
close, and you went into a fight?
I didn't know he was going to do 3 stress right off the bat before we even touched.
He's a powerful guy, turns out.
Well, like Evan might have known that, but Ciwei didn't. So I guess I do what one on Rage Essence can only do, and I rage and hit things.
All right.
That's what Rage Essence do.
Okay, are you going to try and hit Brother Hotaru, or are you going to try and hit the hands that are grasping at you, trying to pull you off of Brother Hotaru?
If I let the crowd restrain me, maybe Brother Hotaru won't kill me?
I would not bank on that, man. It's a big ask.
Okay, but what else can I do, Thomas?
I've got something that might be able to help, but I'm currently being held in a back alley.
Yeah.
Or back hallway.
You guys are too far away. I guess I'll try and fight the people who are grabbing me.
Okay, sounds like you're skirmishing. All right, we'll make this risky standard.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I sort of wanted them to restrain me. That's a crit.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you pull out the club and you just start knocking heads. People are dropping like flies around you, and they're freaking out. And you hear people from the crowd yelling, "Brother Hotaru, save us from this demon!" And Brother Hotaru says, "I cannot let my flock be harmed in such a manner.
Oh, no.
Please do calm down." And he's going to strike you in the forehead with the palm of his hand, just like a 1-inch punch style, like the hand comes at you in just a blur, faster than you could have thought that a human could move. Go ahead and make an insight resistance roll.
Sorry, I put your wolf mask back on you. Now it's gonna crack again.
It's going to be more gold than mask by the end of this thing.
So you have 0 insight, which would be to take the lower, but this gives you 1 insight.
That's a 6.
All right.
So he fully resists it.
Yeah, you fully resist it, and the lights are kind of flashing behind your eyes, but you're on the Rage Essence, you're able to keep yourself going, and you hear Brother Hotaru saying, "Please, my friends, we must not harm him overly. We must merely remove the threat that he poses. I am the bridge between worlds. I am not here to foster and to cause hatred and dissent among the people. I merely wish to remove this threat to my friends."
I hate this guy. Me too, man.
All right. Should we stick with Ciwei or go with our friends out in the back hallway?
I want to see what Ciwei can do.
Okay.
Unless Ciwei needs some time to think.
We could go help him. Just throwing that out
Yeah,
there.
that's what I was kind of hoping.
We don't know. I mean, we know he's in there, but like,
I saw him drink the rage essence. I know he's killing somebody.
okay, we could go and help him if you want to.
I would like to go help him.
Yeah, Tonan, you just saw Ciwei Lang drink a bottle of rage essence in a room full of innocent people.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw what happened last time he drank a bottle of rage essence. I don't want to be there.
It's our duty as friends to young Master Lang to assist him in whatever matters he may need assisting in.
I will also say, just to kind of, there's consequences for whichever way you do or don't go. You hear this other acolyte being like, "Oh, you Riven the chemist, you terrible individual. I'm taking you directly to Yang." Of the anti-corruption task
Yeah,
force.
I know who Young is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also Yang, we've got a bad timer with Yang.
Yeah, and Riven knows who.
Here's my proposed course of action. Is that acolyte an earthbender? Oh, he must have. He opened up that
Yeah,
doorway.
he's an earthbender.
Okay, so we'd have to kill him. No, I won't kill him. I think the bigger issue right now is Hotaru. So I think we go and aid our brother in arms.
Thomas, if I may.
Yes.
If I'm understanding right, Riven is currently sunken into the ground.
Up to
his knees.
Oh, shoot. I thought he was deeper in. Never mind then. I was going to say, if he's up to like his chest, you just take the earth around it and just whoop, squeeze a little bit. And then our star witnesses
No, we need
out
Riven.
of the picture.
We need Riven alive.
Why?
Oh, solution. I have one. Okay, the acolyte. Wait, you're the acolyte. You got to talk to him, not me.
Yeah,
Wait,
just
what?
whisper in my ear. I'll say it.
Okay. Hey, young Master Yoru, that you need to get that acolyte out of here and go aid in the fight against Ciwei.
Okay. As I pull Day out of the fog, we're both kind of dizzy. I say, he had an accomplice. I'll hold them both here. You go around to the front again and make sure nobody's trying to sneak out that way.
All right. What would you like to roll for that?
Okay. It's the same way either way. It's either going to be consort or sway. I have 2 marks in either one. I feel like consort because he thinks I'm one of him.
Well, I feel like sway because you're lying, but ultimately it is up to you which one you choose.
And it's the same
I mean,
thing.
I'll do sway because I am lying, but I mean, he doesn't know.
And you're trying to convince him to do something.
So that would be sway.
Or command.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but just thematically, I like to know what I'm rolling so I can tell the dice what they should do.
Oh my gosh.
All right, dice. Couple of 6s.
You better lie.
Okay, and we'll call this controlled standard.
All right, well, that's a 6 and a 2.
All right. He goes, "Oh, we must protect Brother Hotaru at all costs." And he goes rushing around back to the front.
Gosh, this place is creepy.
All right, Day, take care of this problem and then meet me back in there, and I'll just book it back through the room holding my breath.
Wait! Yoru!
What?
Take this. I'm gonna hand him my Demon Bane charm.
Is that stronger than a Spirit Bane charm?
I assume, because it specifically says Demon Bane. It does not say Spirit Bane on the Whisper sheet.
Yeah, let me take a gander at that in the book.
Demon mage.
Oh my gosh. If Day just has like a solution to everything, I would actually love that. He just,
Deus Ex Machina.
Where do you think Wei Young figured it out?
Yeah, so this is where we get into like the degree of different types of spirits you guys are up against. A Spirit Bane charm is an arcane trinket that ghosts prefer to avoid. A Demon Bane charm is an arcane trinket that demons prefer to avoid. And that is in Blades in the Dark parlance, in the world of Duskball. Essentially, for our purposes, this is a much stronger version of a Spirit Bane charm.
Okay, let's see if it works.
I'm gonna hand it to Tonan and say, "This may not work, young man, but it's your best shot." And then I'm gonna turn my attention to Riven.
So he goes to Riven, I take this Demon Bane charm, and I just start running, holding my breath back in there to help out my poor rage-induced friend.
Speaking of poor rage-induced friend, Ciwei, what would you like to do?
Oh boy. Kind of don't want to die, but kind of don't have options when I'm rage essence, so I'll hit him in the face.
All right. First things first, go ahead and make an insight resistance roll.
Can I take a devil's bargain? I can't push myself or I die.
My guy.
The devil's bargain would be just straight up harm. I think moderate harm.
Oh,
That's not good.
-1 die to all rolls,
All rolls that are affected by the particular harm that you are taking.
and I would just roll 1 more die and take whatever that says. It's a reroll, right?
Not a reroll, it's 1 additional die.
Oh, okay. I'll take the harm.
Dang.
That's 5.
All right, so you only take 1 stress. You currently have
You're still in it, baby.
You have 1 tick left. The moderate harm that we're going to give you is Spirit Burn, we'll just call it.
Gosh, my soul is getting hurt.
Yeah.
You really feel it like right in the middle of your chest, kind of back of your throat.
Acid reflux.
Yeah. This is going to be the kind of thing where it's like when you're facing up against weird, spirity kind of stuff, it's just going to cause this pain right in the center of your chest that is going to give you -1 die against spirity stuff.
Okay.
Glad that's not coming up at all.
All right. You've resisted the roll. Now, what would you like to do?
Hit him.
Okay, that's going to be -1 die.
That's my guy.
Do I run in at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, so as he's doing his backswing, I will run in, and I will, looking like the acolyte, hold up the Demon Bane charm. I'm assuming in our current meta, most people know what a Spirit Bane charm is, because everybody has one.
Mm-hmm.
We use it to keep away spirits. Is it relatively well known?
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point.
Then I will hold up the Demon Bane charm, and I will yell out to the people, "Don't worry, my friends. Brother Hotaru has crafted this to keep evil at bay," and I will run up and hold it to try and banish Ciwei. But since they're right next to each other, it's really trying to push away Brother Hotaru.
All right. Yeah, you are... Okay, remember that time when I said that you could basically walk unseen for the remainder of the encounter? That is no longer applicable.
Yes, so now, can I count this as a second cloak and dagger throwing off the disguise? But it's more like jumping out from being hidden.
Yeah, I suppose we could go with that.
Cool.
What would you like to roll?
Well, I don't actually know how these Spirit Bane things work. Is that a skirmish? Like, am I trying to skirmish the demon away? Or am I trying to sway it to leave? Like, am I convincing it to leave with the Spirit Bane charm?
Well, what is your ultimate goal here? You've said that you're doing a few things, like you're speaking to the crowd. Are you trying to influence the crowd with this action? Are you trying to directly harm Brother Hotaru with this action? What's your end goal?
What I would like to do is I would like to hold it up and make the crowd think, oh, it's going to banish evil. And then Brother Hotaru will use that moment to escape. But really, I'm trying to make Brother Hotaru flee.
All right.
So, I mean, I'm trying to control the narrative as much as I can, so I don't know what I'm going to have to do.
All right. Well, first things first, since you are kind of acting directly against Brother Hotaru, we're going to need a resistance roll with your lowest attribute, which they're all equal, so that's going to be 2 dice.
But I roll 3 because it's resistance.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Oh man, that sounds nice. I should
Yeah.
have not put all my eggs in a single basket.
Should look into it sometime, pal.
Yeah, I've got 2 and everything, so that is... I think I had a bad resistance roll once, and I've been planning for this ever since.
I will say, though, because you don't have Ghost Fighter and you don't have potency against spirits, we're going to subtract 1 die from that.
I'll take it. A 5 and a 1. I'll take the 5, so I just take 1 stress, right?
Yep, just 1 stress. Now, since you are trying to, at the core of it, get Brother Hotaru to flee, because you're using the Demon Bane charm, that sounds to me like either a command or an attune, perhaps.
Yeah, I was like, is that in a tune?
Could I throw myself into Brother Hotaru as like I'm sacrificing myself, but like hit him?
The power of Christ compels you just hitting him
Yeah,
with
just
this Demon
hitting
Bane
him.
charm.
I'm saving you, brother.
So you want to skirmish it, is what you're saying?
Is that something you will allow?
That's something I'll allow.
Okay.
You are sort of ruining your act, though, if you just smack him in the face with a Demon Bane charm.
Start whipping the guy.
I mean, I'm going to try and make it look like I'm not, the crowd. I'm trying to still sell it for the crowd. I am a professional liar.
Mm-hmm.
But physically, I'm going to try and make sure the Spirit Bane makes physical contact with his skin.
All right.
As like maybe I push him out of the way to stand in front of Ciwei. And I know I'm going to put myself in harm's way standing in front of Ciwei like that. But, so be it.
All right.
So I will roll...
Desperate Limited.
Oh, man.
Though, because you've got the Demon Bane charm, we'll make that Desperate Standard.
But desperate means I get to mark a thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Desperate Standard. Let's see if this works.
I believe in you, young man.
Can I... I got a 3 and a 5, but I would like to either push myself or take a devil's bargain.
All right. Which one would you like?
What's the devil's bargain on the table?
The devil's bargain would be Brother Hotaru would lash out against you spiritually and make you drop your disguise.
Do it. Do it.
So everybody would see just your real, actual Tonan Yoru half face.
Do it.
But that would happen no matter what, even if I succeeded.
Yeah.
I'm pushing myself.
All right.
I can't have it that common knowledge. That would be too bad. Okay. There's the 6.
All right.
Okay.
So you do it. There's no consequences, no complications. So because you got a full success, we're going to mark 2 more ticks on the mask. And Brother Hotaru, seeing like all this crazy stuff going on, he was not expecting to get attacked by a Demon Bane charm, was not expecting to get attacked by a person on Rage Essence. He's going to turn to his acolytes and say, I apologize, but the spirits need me. I must retreat for the moment. Please do stop this man from harming the rest of my friends. And he is going to step back into his office.
Okay.
Please tell me he's not taking the back way.
And I'm locked in on Ciwei eye to eye right now.
Who can't tell friend from foe.
Yep.
But Tonan, you only have 1 stress left.
You don't have to hit me.
He wanted the trauma. I'm just throwing that out there.
So, Ciwei, there are people restraining you, and there is this person in front of you. Who do you want to attack?
I feel like... You know that meme of the guy saying, "Are we the baddies?" I'm starting to feel like that, beating all these innocent people in this church.
Oh, come on. You're hitting the acolytes. They're not innocent.
I'll hit some innocent people.
All right. Go ahead and make a prowess resistance roll. That's going to be 5 dice.
If you don't get at least 2 6s, I don't know what to do with that.
2 6s, 2 2s, and a 5.
There you go.
All right. So you don't take any stress, and you just start pummeling these people. Oh, I've been forgetting to tick stuff on the discovery clock. I feel like at this point, you've basically got that clock all taken care of. You have Riven where you want him. You've definitely kind of made yourselves known at this point. I'll say you guys can make a clean escape at this point if you would like to.
I would like to kind of dangling the meat in front of the dog, lead Ciwei away from the building until the Rage Essence wears off, and then get everybody back to the hideout. I'm assuming Day's going to make it back there, but I definitely want to lead Ciwei back there so that he can come down in a safe place.
So you're baiting the bear, as it were?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure if we've ever established how long does Rage Essence last.
As long as is narratively applicable, I think.
So I can start coming down now.
As long as it's still fun.
Yeah, narrative expedience is what we'll go with here. So I'll say that, like, you have beat up all of these people, and now that Brother Hotaru is gone, they see that you're focused on this one dude. They're kind of standing back. So, yeah, you could just, like, let Tonan chase you out of this place if you want.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the main object of your attention right now.
Tonan, don't let me catch you.
Yep, I'm just going to sprint and hide, and, like, I'll jump into alleys, disguise my face as someone else so that he just sees a rando walking to chase, and then I'll hide and change my face, and that way he just keeps getting distracted and chasing what he thinks is new people.
I'm a wild animal.
Yeah, so here's what I'm going to say, because I want there to be a little bit of tension here.
Wait.
I'm going to give you two a contested roll. Tonan, if you succeed, then you don't have to mark trauma.
Oh, what are just two rolls, nothing added?
Yeah, so we're going to have each of you choose the skill that you think is appropriate for this chase. Tonan to escape, Ciwei to get him. And you can only take, each of you only have 1 stress left before...
Someone's getting traumatized here.
Exactly.
So whoever loses the roll takes trauma?
No, Ciwei, you're not going to take trauma. You're coming down off of this. This is basically to see if Tonan can avoid taking trauma. Now, Rage Essence is not a reliable thing. You're going to make some mistakes along the way.
Look, I'm not just saying this to get out of this. Could this theoretically be justified as being a hunt roll for me?
It could.
Because if I roll skirmish, I very much might kill Tonan.
Well, I'd like to roll Sway, because I'm trying to, Sway, because I'm trying to convince him to follow me.
All right.
Hey, big boy, this way, you know.
I think if you're trying to sway, that's going to be limited effect.
What if I did skirmish and I, like, threw things at him as I ran away?
Just picking up rocks and, come on, boy, come on.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we can let's have some contested skirmish rolls, let's say. If he's skirmishing against you...
I mean, you could probably go with Wreck if you really wanted to. Because
And-
that's what you'll do if you catch up.
And Rage Essence is the only time I can earthbend, and he's throwing rocks at me.
No, I'm throwing cabbages.
Poor cabbage guy.
Please roll really well, Christian.
Well, how does a 5 do?
It's a 5 for me, too. I rolled 2 5s and a 2.
I rolled a 5 and a 3. Does that mean if it meets it, beats it?
Well, I think so. We've got, essentially, if we look at the dice individually, you both got 1 failure, and Tonan got 1 success, 1 partial success, Ciwei got 2 partial successes.
So we're going to just give me trauma?
Yeah, so you guys, you make it out into the courtyard outside Lung Kao, and at that final moment, Ciwei, you grab him and you just like pummel him across the face. And yeah, Tonan, you're going to take trauma from that, but in that moment, Ciwei, you look down and see your friend in your hands as you're coming down off the Rage Essence.
You punched my face off.
It's ridiculous.
I'm upset.
So you're going to try and get back to the hideout, presumably?
Yeah, I'll carry him back.
All right.
I'll nurse him back to health.
And Day, presumably you as well are finding your own way to bring Riven back to the hideout.
Quick question. Hotaru said he was going back to his office, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would he see us? Because Riven would be sunk to his knees and I'm just in that back hall.
I'm going to roll a fortune roll to see if he just went back to his office or if he went any further than his office. He just went to his office.
But like that door's open. Has he seen me? Let's start there.
You're an earthbender. Do you want to close the door?
I want to see him.
What?
No, that's dumb. I'm being dumb. I really shouldn't
That's
be
way
dumb.
Young talking, not
Yeah.
Day.
Well, that's Thomas talking. I like taking risks. Look, you can make 1,000,000 characters. There's no rule against it. Before I leave, those stone hands I can make, I'm going to leave one on the middle of Hotaru's desk. I'm going to leave 2. And I'm going to leave it in the Daofei symbol, the fist in the open palm, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave them like that on the desk. And then I will tunnel and take Riven back home.
That is pretty cool.
All right. So you all start heading back towards the hideout on your own separate ways. And Ciwei, since you're just kind of going through the roads, you're not tunneling, you're kind of seeing the aftermath of what's going on. People are freaking out. There's a bunch of people still running out of Lung Kao. There's a big crowd gathered around. The BSS guard is starting to show up. But the thing that's most interesting that you notice is standing kind of off to the side, as if he's waiting for things to kind of lull down, you recognize Shaoji Jing, the leader of the Jings, the guy who loaned you Eelhound and the boys at the beginning of the campaign. He's kind of watching everything going on impassively, and as he finds a silent moment, he just kind of slips through the crowd into Lung Kao.
Don't like that. I'll just keep on back to the hideout.
All right. And with all of our scoundrels getting ready to meet back up, I think that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Oh, man.
Christian, it wasn't supposed to be like this.
You know, we joked last session that, the spirit world's getting pretty stressful. And then everything just happened. Turns out Blaze in the Dark is still far more stressful.
Well, welcome to the after-school special portion of the campaign. You're not yourself when you're on Rage Essence.
Just say no to Rage Essence.
Well, I guess real quick though, Tonan, which trauma are you going to take?
I'm not sure. Next time we level up, or I guess because the next thing will be a downtime level up, right?
Correct.
I will probably have an answer for you then, because I'm kind of waffling between a few. Because, Haunted just makes sense.
Very on brand for Tonan.
You know what? No, I'm calling. I'm doing Haunted.
All right. Well, we all made it out of there alive, some of us a little bit more traumatized than before, but Brother Hotaru is being clement towards you, it seems. You have Riven the Chemist, who you can weasel some information out of probably. And man, lots of interesting stuff left to discover based on what has happened in this here encounter. But we're going to worry about that next time, unless we end up back in the spirit world, in which case we'll worry about sometime in the future. We'll end up getting back to this. Man, there's a pall has fallen over our group at the moment.
I have so many plans.
I hurt my friend. I feel so sad.
I do like to imagine you actually punched my face off.
Why couldn't you have rolled a 6?
Just clean off. Gone.
Man, sounds a little unstable of you might say.
I hate this game. I'm just kidding.
The Whisper can learn a ritual, and I'm totally going to work towards learning the ritual skill, and then a ritual to take the spirit out of Hotaru. That's my goal right now.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
I bet he's still going to be a pretty potent... Well, maybe not a potent earthbender without the spirit.
You're gonna like Unalak Dark Avatar reach into his mouth and just pull Glowworm out of him like Vatu did with Rava.
I'll do what I gotta do. I gotta get my baby boy back. What is a butler without a master? Come on.
My Ghost Fighter skill says I can grapple with spirits to restrain and capture them, so maybe I can help you with that.
We'll have to have Eelhound and the boys do some work, because like you gotta learn the ritual skill, and then you gotta learn the ritual, and then it's a whole... Yeah, it'll take time.
Well, we do have a ritual room.
True.
Well, sounds like we're gonna get some progress clocks going next session, but for now, thanks everybody for listening to ImpTab Avatar, and we'll be back next time with more adventures in the world of Blades in the Daofei. If you want more, go ahead and subscribe, maybe even give us a review. We would be as happy as I'm sure all of us are that Riven is in our clutches if you would go ahead and give us a review on the podcatcher of your choice. We're also all over social media at Improv Tabletop, so if you'd like to connect with us there, you know, maybe you want to talk with Evan about the dangers of chemical dependency, then don't be afraid to reach out to us.
This is just turning into Dare.
Yeah, I feel like every time I get around to this portion of the outro, I'm just like completely dunking on you guys for the decisions your characters are making, and I apologize for that.
I love it.
No, we like to suffer.
Well, now it's time to shout out our next batch of Sticker Club patrons. First person we're shouting out is Michael Sear, the founding patron.
The very first.
So yeah, Michael Sear is the acolyte who helped you guys to capture Riven.
What a good guy.
Yeah, a bit unwittingly on your part, unfortunately, Michael, but you did help them get their hands on Wei Young's rival, so it's all a win for you in the end. You have good karma on the side of the Masked Spirits right now. Next person we're shouting out is Elena Georgieva.
Yo, also one of the earlies.
Yes. Ellie, being part of the informant ring, is currently bringing all of this information back to Jenna, so...
Jenna will know everything.
Jenna will know before we even get back.
Yeah. Oh, man. And, you know, Jenna might be waiting there for you guys at the hideout to offer some support. Who knows? Thanks, Ellie, for getting the word out to our friends here. And the last person we're shouting out is Thomas Ryan.
Oh.
Thomas Ryan, you know, you are the devil of the Avatarverse, and you got some pretty good bargains in this time. I mean, things are working out fairly well for you.
Not near enough. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you could have gotten more out of it. So maybe a little bit dissatisfied with the Masked Spirits at the moment, but it's really such a bad thing if the devil isn't happy with you.
Is the devil ever happy? Is the devil ever satisfied?
This is turning into the myth of Sisyphus here. Man, well, we're going to have more Sticker Club patrons to shout out next week, and if you want to join their ranks, dear listener, please consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/improvtabletop, where you can also get bonus episodes, Discord access, biannual sticker packs, and more, such as the obligatory talkback, where, man, we're gonna have to talk about our feelings. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this crew, in both of these crews from the past couple episodes. Well, let's do a round of plugs. Evan, would you like to take that this week?
Absolutely. First off, we have our Fate campaigns. If you want more of us, but not in it for a long time, in it for a good time, you can listen to those. Shorter monthly stories, very fun. If you do want more Avatar, you can listen to 10,000 Things, where there's no sense of impending doom at all. If you'd like, you could also listen to our sister podcast, I Cast Fireball, if you're still on the look for more podcasts. You can see Ned play a delightful character that everyone loves and draws fan art of, and he's just a good time. And if you want to support us other than the Patreon, which we would really appreciate that, you can also go to FanRoll Dice, use code VROOMVROOMFIFI, and get a discount, 10% off your dice.
Yeah.
And get a nice set of dice.
Indeed. Well, everybody, thanks so much for joining us here in the world of ImpTab Avatar, Blades in the Daofei. I'm Ned Wilcock, your host and GM, and I've been joined by...
Thomas Ryan as Deus Ex Machina.
Christian Randall as haunted Tonan Yoru.
And Evan Peterson as guilt-ridden Ciwei Ling.
Much love and stuff, everybody. We'll catch you next time on ImpTab Avatar.
Should I have done mine as like day I am vengeance ex machina? Since you guys were all feeling like adding stuff in.
I am vengeance.
Gotta tell me ahead of time, guys.